Didn't ask how much it was. $125. Look how small this mug is. Like, it's literally tiny.
$30 in 30 minutes. That's exactly what this order brought me in.
I get a black coffee with cold foam on top. That's it. Nothing in it. And it was $12.
So we're only open from about 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 4 days a week because I'm not working on a Monday.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about fighting capitalism. And no, posting edgy shit about Elon Musk on X doesn't count, but supporting the local businesses around you absolutely does. With that being said, there's a huge problem with 80% of the small businesses. They're f***ing dog shit. Have a look at this.
$30 in 30 minutes. That's exactly what this order brought me in as a treat maker / candy maker. This client ordered 6-inch candy skewers, but she wanted dye-free gummy bears. So the base price for that would have been $30, but because of the dye-free candy, that added a surcharge of $10. So the order total was $40.
$40 for some gummy bears on a stick? Is she powdering my booty cheeks right now? She calls them candy kebabs or whatever. And sure, it's a catchy name, but I can just get a real chicken kebab from a restaurant for like half the price of your gummies impaled to a stick.
And this was just such an easy order. I cannot believe that this is like my job.
Girl, I can't believe it's your job either, and I respect the hustle. There are clearly people around that are willing to throw away $30-40 for these candy kebabs. She wouldn't be making them if the demand wasn't there in the first place. With that being said, I do believe there's some false advertising going on here, cause she says she's a candy maker, but that's not entirely true, is it? That's like call yourself a fashion designer and then just reselling store-bought clothes on Etsy. When you put candy maker in your bio, people are thinking chemicals, machines, colors, Breaking Bad shit. They're not imagining you doing this second-grade art project bullshit.
So the cost of the gummies was about $7. I used 2 bags of gummy bears for the order. Oh, and the skewers, which were about 20 cents maybe.
So you're ripping them off? That's like 400% profit. That's not normal. I see a lot of people defending this in the comments, and I'm just like, yes, I know there are people out there that are turned on by the idea of gummies on a stick, but I feel like most of the orders are actually from people going, oh, let me support this poor, hardworking single mom that's selling me these homemade candies made with love and desperation to keep her family fed. Meanwhile, she's copping 2 packs of gummy bears from the supermarket for $7 and just slapping them on a stick.
Per hour, which I think is very good. I always like to start off with a sample because
I'm sorry, that's just too much touching for me to even think about eating. You don't need to wear a glove during the entire process, though I would prefer it if you would. You could at least try to not leave 20,000 fingerprints all over the gummies. I could unlock her phone by just pressing the gummies against the fingerprint scanner.
I have multiple different streams of income when it comes to my treat business. I have affiliates, I also have my ebook stuff. So this week I made approximately $1,700, and it's really important that you diversify all the ways that you're making money because
So she's got a lot of side hustles, and the main one is reselling designer bags. But you know what the funniest part is? She made the most money this week from her ebook, which is just a guide on how to make money from your candy making business, aka candy reselling business. In fact, compared to everything else, her actual candy sales made chump change. God damn it, shoulda known this was another buy my course and get rich scheme. You just put gummy bears on a stick and charged $40? What the f***, lol? Guys, 3D printing has existed for a while now, and over the past decade, anyone can get themselves a 3D printer for as low as $200. Now, while it takes real work, like designing, sanding, smoothing, painting, etc., to make a product that anyone would care about, the enshittification of this space is at its peak right now. Cause people realized why waste time making your own designs when you can just hop on Thingiverse, steal designs, hit the print button, and start selling. As a consequence, you end up with art fairs and craft markets filled with these ugly-ass plastic dragons, some of them priced at $30 or even $50. And if you want to be as lazy as the writers of Game of Thrones Season 8, you can even head to Etsy and cop a 3D printed dragon for like $4 and start reselling. You don't even need a 3D printer.
That if the only thing you make is segmented 3D printed dragon, I don't think you should be allowed at the handcrafted makers market. Is that so crazy?
Yes, because you're trying to invalidate the amount of work that people put into making these things. 3D printing any object, including the little flexi dragons, takes a lot of technical knowledge and time and effort. There's failures, hands-on maintenance that needs to be done, and lots of fine-tuning to get the best possible result.
So the argument here is that the guys that are simply hitting print on other people's designs and doing minimum polishing work shouldn't be allowed at these handcrafted makers market, which surprisingly is for showcasing things that you have crafted yourself, not stolen. And his defense is basically that it's still not free lunch and there's still work involved. Yeah, no shit. If I steal something from you and then I gotta put in work to make it look not stolen, that doesn't mean it's fine. Your Honor, I stole this painting from this museum, but I had to go through a lot of trouble transporting it, maintaining it, and finding a buyer. So we're cool, right?
And even if you still think that none of this counts as handmade stuff, I don't understand the decision to walk into the den of the Flexi Dragon and provoke an entire community when you may end up next to us at a booth at a maker fair.
Now, I don't know what way he intended that sentence to sound like, but if I was that girl, I find him at the next big maker's fair and start swinging, because that sounded like a threat to me. He just said, there's too many of us dragon slop printing bros around, so don't risk provoking us. My dude, I would love to walk up to your stall and criticize you personally. It's just that it would be next to impossible to identify you, because there'd be like 50 other stalls selling the exact same dragon, just repainted with zero sanding or finishing.
I just don't understand why nobody supports my small business. So we're only open from about 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 4 days a week from Tuesday to Friday because I'm not working on a Monday.
That's the most relatable thing I've heard all day. It's like, you've chosen this path of business to escape the 9 to 5, but how are you gonna do that if you're gonna be at home for half the day?
So the tip screen will pop up every time you buy something, and it is kind of expected that you tip at least 30%, even though you're already paying $18 for a single cup of coffee.
There's also people posting screenshots of the opening hours of the small businesses around them in the comments, and also just an army of people throwing shade at the said businesses. How are you gonna remain closed for like 3 days a week, open after 9 a.m. when everyone's already at work, and then close shop by 5? Am I supposed to sneak out of work to see you? What's the expectation here? And logistically, it doesn't make sense either, because you're probably paying a hefty rent for the entire month, so what's the point if you're just gonna stay closed for like 12 days a month? Starbucks is running us out of business. Meanwhile, Starbucks opens at 4:30 in the morning, and you open at 9.
Oh my god, the blondies are so expensive. I would never pay that much for such a small box of blondies. She's out of her mind. She's going out of business because the blondies are so freaking small. Quality, affordability, freshness, beauty. I can go on and on and on.
So after seeing this, you bet your life I started researching her business like a maniac, and this is what I found. That little box with 4 small brownies, that's gonna set you back $40. Only on TikTok will you see such biblical levels of greed from businesses. After Blondery went viral on TikTok, they felt like it was time to dominate the brownie market and put everybody in their place. So naturally, they opened up a physical shop, which I looked up and found out that they were permanently closed. I thought maybe the state of the economy is just so ass right now that they must have decided to stick with online orders only. Went to her TikTok page, ex-bakery owner now. Entire bios written in the past sentence. Like looking up a really old actor on Wikipedia out of the blue, and then you're just like, why does it say was a talented actor here instead of is a talented actor? She could have just checked her comment section and immediately gotten hundreds of useful pieces of feedback. How did she see all of that and still went,
Quality, affordability, freshness, beauty. I can go on and on and on.
Guess she couldn't go on and on.
Here are some phrases I've had to learn since.
Guys, I'd like to take back everything I said about her. In fact, anyone that didn't support her business is a two-faced billionaire supporting rat who deserves to be stuck on minimum wage till the day he dies. As absurd as those prices were, that's a crazy caption, not gonna lie. Okay, you know I can't do a video on small businesses drama without mentioning Hot Girls Read. A woman by the name of Allie Rose, who's the founder of the company Allie Rose Co., sells these bookmarks, stationery, clothes, drink sleeves, you know all the stuff a book talk girly could ever wish for. And all of these items have the phrase, Hot Girls Read somewhere on them, and I'll be honest, the prices are fine, but I'm still not a fan. It's just the same phrase with a different Canva design and font slapped on the most basic looking whatever. Now the controversy happened when Allie tried to trademark the phrase Hot Girls Read, which is a phrase that is old as dust in the book talk community. She claimed initially that she coined this term in 2021, but people were quick to point out that if that's the case, then she also must have worked closely with Megan Thee Stallion in 2019 on the song Hot Girl Summer. After acquiring the trademark, she posted this story with a pink background which basically went along the lines of, "Hi besties, I noticed some companies that follow me have got the phrase Hot Girls Read on their items, so I just want to say I've got the trademark for it, and if you don't remove those listings from your site, we will bomb your businesses with a barrage of lawsuits and take all your money. No hate though, all love, teehee." Ultimately, after causing all this trouble, she still couldn't go after all the people that were using the phrase, cause come on, she doesn't have that kind of money. She doesn't even have a physical store, which resulted in her losing the trademark. She also made this long-ass apology video that we don't need to get into, just the comments. But why would you trademark something you didn't come up with in the first place? Oh no, if it isn't the consequences of my own action. She's only surrendering the trademark because someone filed a petition to challenge it. It would have cost her money to defend it. I mean, she should have known. Even Donald Trump did this shit in 2004 when he tried to trademark the phrase, "You're fired," and even he couldn't acquire the rights for that. I like how this video slowly turned into a mashup of all the small business drama going on TikTok, but I know y'all are not complaining, and neither am I. I know we're all just gossip girlies deep down.
Basically, I was at this market, the Finders Keepers market. How cute is this cup, right? I think it's actually like a kid sippy cup. Didn't ask how much it was. She's like, yep, that's all good, you can tap, it's 100. She's like, oh no, she's like, it's all good, you can tap. Look at the F-Boss machine, $125. Look how small this mug is. Like, it's literally tiny. She like fully wrapped it and put it in a bag, and like I was about to tap. So I was like, there's no way I can be like, no. I could have, but I would have felt really bad.
I'm begging anyone that's seeing this video, never not ask for the price if you're at an indie marketplace or art fair, because there's gonna be some starving artists there, and if you're low-key starving yourself, it's better to ask for the price before the artist gets all puppy-eyed and excited about his first sale, you know? The drama began when the person who she brought the mug from made a video in response to this video, and then suddenly, it became mandatory for every TikTok creator to lay down their 2 cents about this controversy, and you'll see why in a second.
Like I was like, whatever, like I'll just get it.
So I just saw this video and that's my mug. It's also deeply upsetting to have someone not only question you as a business owner and lie about how I interacted with you, but to also have you question my pricing when you too also run a small business.
So she calls her out for bashing her small business in public like that, and says that she's lying about the entire interaction. And I just want to add quickly that the girl from earlier that bought the mug never mentioned her name or her business, not once. She just showed us the cup. And no offense to her, but that mug looks exactly like the first 10 results that pop up when you search for handmade mugs on any e-commerce website ever. It's just strawberries and stars on a mug, so I don't know how anyone could have traced it back to you.
All the prices were placed on the bottom and you can pick up, handle, you don't have to purchase anything, you can just enjoy my stall.
So now it's become a game of Among Us, and we gotta figure out who's lying, cause she's saying she made it clear what the prices were from the get-go. Well, we're not gonna accuse anyone, we're just gonna look at the facts. Did the seller need to insert herself into this drama and risk hurting her business? No. Is $120 for a mug fucking outrageously exorbitant? Yes, a little bit.
In particular, that mug is really special because it may look like just a sippy cup to you, but it's actually falls under the dignity mug category, where it has a double handle to help people that have different needs and different disabilities that require to handle mugs.
Everyone relax, she said it's a dignity mug, so it's all cool now. I wonder if she realizes that it makes it worse that she made a cup for the disabled and priced it 120 buckos. Calling it a dignity mug is crazy. Looking back at the video now, I feel like a douchebag for calling all these small businesses out when I'm someone who frequently shops from small indie stores all the time. It's just that a lot of these small businesses just want to speed run their returns with 100% markup, with no additional effort and quality to make up for it. And judging these struggling individuals from the comfort of my couch at home is very fun. I want you guys to passionately make out with the subscribe button for me right now and comment down below about your experience with local businesses. I'll see you next week.